Hey YouTube family, welcome back to Flexify 2. Are you tired of scrolling through endless job listings? Today, I'm revealing some top work from home jobs for 2024 that are hiring right now, some of which you might want to skip. So what are we waiting for? Let's dive into today's top picks. All right, fam, our first up is Wrapbook. Wrapbook does payroll for SAG-AFTRA, for most actors, a lot of filming studios, production accounting, and reporting. Take a look at some of the benefits here at Wrapbook. Competitive salary, health and benefits, minimum time off. Everyone is encouraged to take at least 3 weeks off annually. That's refreshing. 401k. They have a stock purchase program. Working remotely, Wrapbook is a remote first company. You get an IT setup, buying that standing desk. Wrapbook's going to pay for it. A monthly stipend towards your phone or internet costs, whatever you choose to use that money for, and parental leave. I ran across a role for insurance customer service representative. What will you do in this role? You'll handle certificate of insurance requests from clients, cities, and rental houses. That means that those particular entities will be calling in requesting a copy of their certificate of insurance to prove that they are insured. You'll be a guide for brokers and clients filling out applications for new and renewal quotes. Those quotes will be for insurance. If someone calls in to file a claim, you'll help them through the process. You'll tell them about the form, turnaround time, next steps in the process. You'll screen potential clients over the phone and through online applications. Have the chance to get familiar with workers' compensation team tasks like issuing certificates of insurance, following up on missing application info, and keeping files tidy. You'll lend a hand with billing and invoicing for the agency. You'll also create, document, and run the notice of cancellation process to keep things out of collections. You'll manage mail, keep things organized, answer calls to the general insurance and support lines, keep agency files shipshape, and get a handle on production insurance programs and learn the ins and outs of Wrapbook's policies and procedures. You'll be a rock star at talking to customers in person and in writing. You're always hungry to learn more, level up your knowledge, and grow with insurance skills, so they're willing to teach you if you're willing to learn. I'd like you to have at least 2 years of insurance experience under your belt. It would be nice for you to have a PNC license, but if you don't, they'd like you to be open to obtaining one within 6 months. So if you apply to this role and you don't have your property and casualty insurance license, that's your broker's license itself, Wrapbook is going to help you to attain that. They're going to help you attain it by paying for that, and that can be very, very beneficial to your career path in the insurance arena. You're a pro at juggling tasks and hitting tight deadlines. Some of the nice to haves, but not a deal breaker. You're cool with working West Coast hours. So if you're on the East Coast or Central Standard Time Zone, please consider that. And you've got experience with entertainment accounts. So again, Wrapbook works very heavily in the entertainment industry, especially with SAG-AFTRA's Guild. And if you work with Salesforce or Applied Epic before, that would be a plus, but it's not required. They offer unlimited paid time off. Yep, you read that right. Work from anywhere in the continental U.S. or Canada. They offer health and dental benefits to keep you well. Up to $1,500 to set up your home workspace. So they're going to give you that cash outright to set up your home workspace. A 2% matching on your 401k so you can build for the future. And up to $66.50 a month with your internet or cell phone service. Okay, as we scroll up, salary information is available. So if you're in San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle, New York, Boston, San Diego, or Washington, D.C., the role will pay between $45,600 and $62,100. Zone B, all other U.S. locations, the salary will be between $40,000 and $54,500. And Zone C, if you're a Canadian resident, salary will be the same as Zone B. $40,000 to $54,500. Look at the application. So it's extremely simplified. Your name, your pronoun, email, your phone, the state that you anticipate working in for the role that you're applying. Attach your resume. Your LinkedIn profile is required for this particular application. Your salary expectations, you do have to quote those. Remember, you want to start with the median. I'm going to tell you how to do that. When you see a range that's quoted, you want to take that range and you want to divide by 2. So let's go over. For example, in Zone B, they indicate that the salary is between $40,000 and $54,000. And if we just add those two together, it comes up to a total of $94,000. We divide that by 2. And negotiations will start at $47,000. Individuals who watch the video will actually be able to hear this information. Now we're just going to take a step back here on the job board for Wrapbook. I encourage you, for any job that I post, I'm only showcasing that one, but you don't have to stop there. There are many different opportunities that are available here at Wrapbook. Due diligence, research the company as always, look at the employee sentiment, but also check out the other jobs on their job board. And with that said, we're going to move over to opportunity number 2 with a company called BroadPath. I ran across an opportunity with a company called BroadPath. And so BroadPath is on the hunt for a crew of work-from-home Medicare member service reps, about being the link between the plan and everyone involved: members, future members, providers, employer groups, brokers, and more. You'll be the Medicare healthcare plans expert, digging into products, premiums, benefits, and procedures to help callers in a snap. Superpower will be problem solving through research and finding those solutions. So let's take a look at the opportunity that I found here. So this is Medicare Member Service Representative. The national average for this type of role is $45,622. BroadPath does not list the salary information to stop us from doing our due diligence on pay scale. What will you do in this role for BroadPath? You'll field questions from members, potential members, brokers, employer groups, and the whole crew. Check in on prescription drug eligibility, benefits, claims, and authorizations. Help members get their heads around health coverage, enrollment materials, and provider network. Looking for doctors that are in network for members that are asking questions surrounding that. Members get their heads around health coverage works. So you'll be going over the enrollment process. You'll be checking on different doctors. Are there doctors that they're currently seeing within Medicare network? Keep track of member concerns, complaints, and appeals, and pass them along to the appropriate departments. Stick to healthcare practices, policies, and ethical standards like glue. Tap into handbooks, evidence of coverage. Evidence of coverage is the contract between Medicare and the enrollee. Supplemental benefit information and more to dish out accurate details. You'll flag operational problems and come up with ways to fix them. You'll run a tight ship with your workspace and reference materials. Stay on top of regulatory and accreditation requirements from DMHC, CMS, and NCQA on every call. DMHS is the Division of Mental Health Services. CMS is the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. And the NCQA is National Committee for Quality Assurance. You'll tackle projects from your supervisor like welcoming new members, sending premium bill reminders, educating members, investigating claims. Team up with other departments, provider inquiries, think enrollments, and beyond to put out some customer concern fires fast. Give a hand with premium and billing questions and process ACH and credit card payments over the phone. So for this role, a high school diploma or equivalent, a minimum of 2 years experience as a call center representative, a minimum of 1 year Medicare customer service or Medicare in-office experience, strong interpersonal skills and sound judgment, knowledge of health maintenance organizations, that's an HMO, performance management and customer satisfaction, basic computer and writing skills, so they want to make sure that you can type. They're not requiring a certain amount of words per minute, so that's great. Preferred experience, that's not a deal breaker. Epic database experience. So I've talked about Epic in some previous video. Epic is a electronic health record system. And so that particular system houses electronic health records, and where it has an edge in the industry is when an electronic health record system is used, it speaks to other hospitals locally or non-locally, meaning in another state. So nice, but not mandatory. Experience with Epic database. Again, I've explained what Epic is, and then an associate's degree in business or healthcare administration. These are not mandatory. They are just on BroadPath's wish list. So the core requirement is a high school diploma. Let's take a look at the application for BroadPath. BroadPath uses a system called ICIMS, ICIMS. Very simplistic. With ICIMS here, you're going to enter your email, you'll click accept and acknowledge their policy there. Once you do that, it'll take you on to the next page, recording your email address. You'll enter in your demographics, your name, your address, phone number, the state that you reside in, country that you reside in. You'll attach your resume. And from there, once you attach your resume, EO1 questions, meaning it'll ask you if you have a disability, if you're a veteran, No, those are all voluntary. You are not required to answer those questions if you do not feel comfortable. It will ask you if you'd like to provide your LinkedIn profile. That is not required for this particular opportunity that I'm presenting right now with BroadPath. That is voluntary. They'd like to know if you require sponsorship. U.S. citizen. Once you've completed those particular questions, you can click submit, and the application lands on the recruiter's desk for review. Let's click the back button to go back to the careers at BroadPath. I'm showcasing this opportunity, as I said, just like in the very first opportunity. I encourage you to look at everything that's open because BroadPath has a number of jobs available that are remote. BroadPath has a lot of temporary positions, but they also have regular full-time, so it depends on what you're looking for. So don't just stop with the one that I'm showcasing. Look at all of everything that's available to you. They have a claims examiner, temporary application coordinator, stay-at-home moms or dads, along with any of my retirees. This could be a perfect opportunity for you for that extra pocket cash. For those of us who are looking to do something different, aspire to have our own business, become an entrepreneur, this is the cash that can be that bridge. If you're interested in this opportunity, I encourage you to apply to opportunity number 3 with Brivio. Brivio is a cloud-based security and property management solution company for commercial and multifamily properties. Opportunity with Brivio as a customer service rep. The national average for a customer service rep is $37,780. What will you be doing in this particular role? You'll be the customer champ, teaming up with the internal crew to squash issues fast. You'll be the point person for troubleshooting basic technical hiccups and giving customers the lowdown on Brivio's products and services. This gig is with the second shift team, so be ready to work Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. So let's talk about that because that's important. If you are not looking for a second shift role and do not want to work the later hours, it is Monday through Friday, but again, it's 11:30 to 8 p.m. Please consider that before you apply. What will you be doing? You'll be the customer voice, working with teams to get problems solved immediately, handling incoming cases, knowing when to escalate and keep things moving. You'll jump on customer service questions via phone, chat, and email. Don't want a static phone role. This is going to give you a little bit of diversity. You're going to do a little bit of phone, a little bit of chat, a little bit of email, so it'll give you a bit of a breather. All while staying efficient and keeping a paper trail of customer interactions and solutions in Brivio's case management system. They'd like you to keep customers in the loop about big updates and system changes. What does a successful candidate look like to Brivio? At least 2 years of call center experience in a tech setting. Experience in physical security and access control is a nice to have. That means it's not a deal breaker. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Apply for the role. It is not required. You're handy with electronics, working TCP, IP, and are all about cloud tech. Customer service is your jam, and you live for delivering standout experiences. You can juggle tasks, fly solo, meaning work individually or independently, and be a team player. Problem-solving whiz with top-notch organizational skills and a take-charge attitude. A team player with integrity, reliability, and flexible days. Team player with integrity, reliability, and flexibility for days. You can hear people out, meaning you can stop and listen, stay calm under pressure, and communicate like a pro. If you happen to be bilingual, that's a plus. It's not required for this particular role. Brivio is looking for someone who would be comfortable working an occasional Saturday or holiday shift. You're ready to commit to 5 weeks of Monday through Friday training, 9 to 5, and can make it to Bethesda, Maryland for new hire orientation. So although this is a remote role from wherever you reside right now, will be 5 weeks remotely, but your orientation, your new hire orientation, will be in Bethesda, Maryland. So if you cannot travel to Bethesda, Maryland for that new hire orientation, not the training will be from home, and the training is paid. You will need to be able to travel to Bethesda, Maryland to attend the new hire orientation. Some of the perks at Brivio: this role pays $20 per hour. Your total comp package will be tailored to you based on your skills and experience, qualification, location, training, and market conditions. And you'll be eligible for benefits. Full-time non-exempt position. The total compensation package includes a base pay rate of $20 per hour. The individual compensation packages are based on factors unique to each candidate. So that means that the rate of pay may end up being more than $20 per hour depending upon where you live. In addition to cash compensation, they're offering a base salary and may include incentive pay as well as overtime. Let's take a look at the application. So this is a fairly simplified application. You can apply with LinkedIn if you choose to do so. If you don't want to do that, you can apply manually. It'll be your first name, last name, email address, your home address, your demographics, address, city, state, zip, phone number, your LinkedIn URL. This is required as this asterisk is here. Attach your resume. They'd like you to list any languages that you speak fluently other than English. Desired salary, be honest about that. You're looking for more than $20 per hour. Include that in the application. That'll save you time. It'll also save the recruiter time. They'd like you to put your references here. Although they don't indicate how many references they would like, standard is typically 3. So I would say put 3 references in there, 2 professional, 1 personal. They'd like to know if you currently reside in the United States. Are you legal to work in the U.S.? Will you require sponsorship? Are you seeking a starting salary above $20 an hour? And they're telling you that that's $40,000 annually. That's a minimum of 1 year experience in a call center. Can you commit to working 11:30 to 8 EST? Are you open to working Saturday or a holiday or holiday volunteer shifts 9 to 5? Can you travel to Brivio's headquarters in Bethesda, Maryland to attend a company paid new hire orientation within your first 60 days? Has repetitive scheduled new hire orientations, and that simply means that new hire orientation may take place every week or every other week. Typically, most corporations will have it every other week. They're asking if you have the ability to make one of those orientations scheduled every other week within the first 60 days. So it's going to be your choice to pick which new hire orientation you would be able to attend. They want to know how you heard about the position. Will you be open to submitting to a background check? And to express your understanding of all that you've read. These are optional questions. This gets into the EEO1, your gender, your race, ethnicity, if you're a veteran, and if you have a disability. If you don't want to answer those, you can just check no, they're not required. Sign and date the application. Check the box to let them know you're not a robot. Click submit. The application lands in the recruiter's queue for a review. And if you're interested in this opportunity, I encourage you to apply. Next opportunity with Crowdsurf. People who speak English and have experience with checking transcriptions for things like educational videos, movies, and business recording. The gig is super flexible. You work from home whenever you want, no commitments, and you get paid for each task you finish. This is actually a double duo. I am featuring this gig work with Crowdsurf, but they also have actual roles with the company. So I'm going to be talking about, they're going to want you to be really good at details, able to speak, read, and write English perfectly, amazing at catching spelling, punctuation, and grammar mistakes, awesome at proofreading and editing. Crowdsurf is looking for someone with a computer, PC or Mac is fine, stable internet connection, okay typing skills, someone who's detail-oriented listening. They're willing to teach you transcription software. You'll need to pass a quick transcription test, and you need a valid ID from either the U.S. or Canada. That's in it for you. The pay is reliable. How much you make depends on how good you are and how much you work. The audio clips are short, 5 to 30 seconds, and you'll make from 3 cents to 20 cents per minute plus bonuses. Here's what you have to do. A work market account. Say your industry is in writing and translation. Out Crowdsurf's rules and take a short transcription test. Once you open your work market account, use the app to manage your work and your money and move your earnings to your bank account. This is the side hustle I found with Crowdsurf. Move on to the full-time role that's available with the Crowdsurf company. Visual content designer. When I was looking at the side hustle, I wanted to talk about this one. Junior content designers will earn anywhere from 40 to 50. Mid-level content designers will earn from 55 to 75K, and senior content designers will earn anywhere between 75K up to 120. Digital content designer role, you're going to help artists share their talents with the world. Crowdsurf is on the hunt for a visual content designer who's all about music, creativity, and making fans go wild. Crowdsurf is looking for a creative powerhouse with a knack for cranking out static and motion graphic assets that makes an artist release pop. Music and culture are your lifeblood. You're driven to create work that leads to conversation, not just joins it. Someone who lives for crafting a fan experience that blows minds, exceed expectations, and deepen the connection between fan and artist. You're a problem solver, solutions that wow. You're an ultimate go-getter, resourceful, innovative, responsible, and always hitting tight deadlines. They want someone who's a team player, someone who can communicate like a pro, both in writing and person. Now, there is one line item that I want to hone in on here because it concerns me. It says, understand that this isn't just a 9 to 5 position. And so when I see that, I do say proceed with caution, because that can allude to there are going to be countless work hours, and none of us are really looking for that. We have families, we have friends, we have children, and we have us. And so we need me time, because that's really important. So just keep that in mind, that line item is in the job description. The skill set that they're looking for is someone with music design experience backed up with a killer portfolio of static and motion graphic Adobe Suite Master, a hunger to learn the latest tech experience with project management software, and you're all about collaboration, setting priorities, and nailing deadlines under pressure. All right, some of the details for this role. Crowdsurf is looking for a full-time team member, 40 hours a week, based in the United States. Pay is all about your experience and where you're based. And this is your chance to join a crew of innovators and music obsessives who are changing the game. This sounds like your dream gig. I encourage you to apply. Let's check out the application. Okay, so this is what we call a Google application. So it's extremely simplified. You're going to put your email, your resume, your full name, your email address, your phone. If you have a portfolio that has content design and motion graphics, please upload that. Provide a short summary of your music industry design background. I'd like to know your career plans for the next few years. So that means they're looking probably the short-term goals for your careers instead of your long-term. And then what types of graphic design software do you currently use or have used in the past? Both would apply. Can you navigate G Suite? If any of you have these qualifications and can't navigate G Suite, I encourage you to check out my video Suite, Google Sheet that are totally free. Do you currently use Apple products? If you have an iPhone, you use Apple products. If you have an iPad, you use Apple products. And if you have a MacBook, you use Apple products. You get where I'm going with that. Are you comfortable with a remote, hybrid work environment? Let them know you work well with tight deadlines, starting salary, hourly rate expectations in the state you currently live in. So please be transparent with that in the salary that you expect. And then what is your timeline to start a new position? I encourage you to always think about yourself. The typical notice to any employer is 2 weeks. I would encourage you to do that and do the right thing. Don't burn any bridges. But at the same time, be open enough and upfront with the new employer or prospective employer to tell them, my notice is 2 weeks, but I'd like a week for myself just to decompress. You want to go to a new job fresh. Many times we're coming from environments that could be toxic. Just keep it 100 with you. Some environments can be toxic. You may be a little bit unhappy. There are a plethora of reasons or many reasons why people change jobs. But whatever the reason is, give yourself some time to decompress and do some things for you. Submit, and this form lands in the recruiter's queue. So if this particular opportunity resonates with you, I encourage you to apply. If not, and you're just looking for a side hustle, Crowdsurf has that. I talked about that before talking about this full-time role actually working for the company. So you've got a 2-for-1 here with Crowdsurf. And with that said, we're going to move over to our next opportunity, and that is with Allor. Allor is redefining what it means to be a global leader in customer service and experiences one interaction at a time. Healthcare customer service representative role. This is work at home, so it's fully remote. The pay is $15 per hour. I know the pay isn't as ideal as we'd like it to be, but this can be a stepping stone and get us through until we really find the role that we're looking for. So let's keep that in mind. As a customer service rep, assisting customers with issues and concerns they are experiencing during the use of Allor product and or service. We'll document call-related information for auditing and reporting purposes. We'll put notes in the system. We'll maintain and update customer information as necessary and upsell current customers on new and enhanced products. What is Allor looking for? They're looking for someone with a high school diploma. And this role caught my eye because customer service experience is not required. So that means it's totally entry level and they will train you. Strong computer navigational skills, familiarity with Microsoft applications, that means Word and Excel. Excellent oral and written communication skills, exceptional listening and comprehension skills, professional and courteous, as well as customer oriented. The work environment, you'll have ongoing usage of phone and computer systems. So this is a static phone role. So this is ongoing usage of phone and computer systems. This means that is a static phone role. There will be no diversity. There will be no email or chat happening with this particular role. To be strictly phone based. They do require that your work at home environment be a private residence located at the address listed on your personnel file. Allor will provide the equipment you need to conduct your work, which may include a webcam. You will need internet service, broadband internet connection, DSL or cable only. They will not allow any satellite, dial-up, or wireless internet connection. Your workstation must be connected directly to the internet with proof that your ISP meets a minimum download speed of 10 Mbps and a minimum upload speed of 3 Mbps. The benefits that are offered are health, dental, and vision coverage. They do have an HSA option. That means you would have to have a high deductible health plan, paid time off, paid holidays and sick time, optional daily pay or weekly pay, a 401k retirement plan, leadership programs, paid training and tuition reimbursement, employee discounts program, including not limited to groceries, travel, insurance, and phone plans, health and wellness, as well as pet supplies, employee assistance program, and additional voluntary benefits. The next step in the process is place an application and complete your online assessment. So once you submit your application to Allor, you're immediately going to get an assessment to complete. Here's the key. When you're taking these assessments, looking for how consistent you can be. So the questions are just worded in a different way, but they're the same. So many times you'll see one question come up 3 times, but worded 3 different ways. They're looking for your consistency. So if the question is, do you like cell phones? And you click yes. If the next question is, cell phones are my worst enemy, you would click no, because then it would be consistent with you like cell phones. There's an art to test taking. I'm not going to get into it on this particular video. I may talk about that in the future, but just keep in mind, they're looking for your consistency nearly most times in the online assessment. Once you complete your assessment, the Allor team will review your application, and if selected to move forward, a recruiter will reach out to you directly. For this particular role, this is important. The states that they are hiring in for this role is Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Jersey, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Virginia, and West Virginia. I will write these states out in the description box for this particular company, so you don't have to search through. Let's take a look at the application. You don't need to have an account. You would put your email address here, agree to the terms and conditions, and click next. It's a simplified application. You will attach your resume, and this one does require a cover letter. So you're going to attach your resume and your cover letter. You're going to answer your EEO-1 questions about your disability, a veteran, your gender, and also your race. Remember, those are voluntary. It does ask for your LinkedIn profile. It will be required, so have that handy. You'll also put in your demographics, your home address, city, state, zip, your phone. The application will ask you about future sponsorship requirements and if you're a U.S. citizen. This could be something temporary for someone that the employer doesn't have to know that if you don't have an intention of staying. But if you just want to find something to work until you get to that opportunity that you really want, this could be a role for you. Click submit on the application, and it lands in a recruiter's queue for review. And from there, let's always do our due diligence in looking at the salaries for negotiation power. Earlier in the video, I told you exactly how HR determines where they start negotiations every single time. So if you see 2 numbers, add them together. They say the salary range is between 20 and 50. Take 20, add 50 equals 70, divide by 2. That's going to be 35. Also, don't forget to check out the company sentiments, Comparably, Glassdoor, Indeed. Find out how employees feel about working at these companies that I've showcased for you. That wraps it up for today's leads. Remember, your ideal work from home job is out there. Don't get discouraged if it takes a little time to find. It's going to happen for you. Keep at it, stay positive, and that role you are looking for will be yours. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you found some valuable leads for your work from home job search. And I'll see you in the next video.